She hasn't chosen a name yet.
His name is Sam.
Oh my god.
She doesn't deserve this.
Deserve? Start trying to work out who deserves what. And before long, you'll spend the rest of your days weeping for each and every person in the world.
Will you be facing your marriage to Sir Loris with the same philosophical spirit?
I won't be marrying Sir Loris.
I seem to remember saying something similar about my own marriage.
So she can have some happiness in her life.
You have children. How happy would you say you are?
Not very. But if it weren't for my children, I'd have thrown myself from the highest window in the Red Keep.
Even Joffrey?
Even Joffrey. It was all I had once. Before Marcella was born, he was such a jolly little fellow.
Oh, don't you dare say that.
You always hear the terrible ones were terrible. We should have known. Even then, we should have known. It's nonsense. Whenever he was with me, he was happy.
And now what?
And no one can take that away from me, not even Joffrey. How it feels to have someone. Someone of your own.
You expect me to feel sympathy right now for you, Cersei?
Every time we deal with an enemy, we create two more.
And I suppose it will go on for quite a long time.
The hardest thing was getting that wolf's head to stay on the body.
Oh god, Arya.
You sewed it up.
I did.
I bet there were 1,000 men claiming they were the one.
It was me.
Sorry.
Real shit.
Oh my god. Oh god, she's trembling.
Is that the first man you've killed?
Man,
first man.
yes. Not the first time.
Next time you're going to do something like that, tell me first.
Maybe you may not be on board with that, so I understand why she's going with this. She's going to go to Bravos. Oh my god. There's nothing for her, so she's going to go to Bravos. Oh god, bow stretching. It means only one damn thing.
Egret, you know I didn't have a choice. You always knew who I was. What I am. I know you won't hurt me.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I do know some things. I know I love you. I know you love me.
Oh my god, no, Egret, come on!
Every man who joins the Night's Watch renounces all former titles. Among other things.
Gilly.
For the gilly flower. Lovely.
Yes, my...
Mr.
Mhysa. She hasn't chosen a name yet.
His name is Sam.
Oh my god!
Charlie,
I
do
can't-
you remember the oath you swore?
I remember every word of the oath. Night gathers and my watch begins. I am the shield that guards the realms of men. The realms of men. That means her as well as us. We didn't build 500 miles of ice wall 700 feet high to keep out men. The night is gathering, Mr. Raymond. I've seen it. It's coming for all of us.
He's so smart, Sam.
I hope your penmanship is better than your swordplay.
Miles better.
We had 44 ravens at last count. Make sure they're all fed. Every one of them flies tonight.
Invited to the name day celebration for Rylene Florent on the first Nigget
Knight, you could read about Balerion the Dread. They say you can still see his skull in the dungeons beneath the Red Keep.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that someday.
I've been trying to stay out of those dungeons my whole life. To all the lords and noble men of Westeros.
Noblemen.
Noble men of Westeros. The Night's Watch implores.
Usurper Robb Stark is dead, betrayed by his bannerman.
And you take credit because you dropped a leech into the fire.
I take no credit. I have faith, and my faith has been rewarded.
I don't know if Robb Stark died because of the Red Woman's sorcery or because at war men die all the time, but I do know that uniting the Seven Kingdoms with blood magic is wrong. It is evil, and you are not an evil man.
And you know how Aegon Targaryen conquered Westeros?
On the back of his dragon, Balerion the Dread.
He had a smaller fleet than the kings he faced, and a smaller army, but he had 3 dragons. Dragons of magic, said Davos.
If what you say is true, a drop of his blood killed Robb Stark.
And our king is still no closer to the Iron Throne. A great gift requires a great sacrifice.
His name's Gendry. He's a good lad. A poor lad from Flea Bottom who happens to be your nephew. He'll find you.
Where should I go?
Just keep the coast on your left side until you reach King's Landing.
The gold cloaks are looking for me.
They've been looking for me for 20 years. Do they know your face?
No.
I'd worry more about the Red Woman.
Why are you doing this?
Because it's right. And because I'm a slow learner. When you get to Flea Bottom, have a bowl of brown for me.
I'm pretty sure the reason Ygritte did not finish him off is so he can still live. So that's why I'm not so panicky, because I know she's good with her shots. So I'm sure she's not finished him off.
It's us.
I don't think you can see us.
Hey, but I've not seen you since season 1. Oh my god!
So, push now.
Oh my god, he's like Frodo.
Carry him inside.
Sam. Oh my dear Sam.
Out of the way. Step aside, country boy. People working here. Cersei.
I'm sorry, my darling, I can't finger you
You don't
properly
deny it.
anymore.
Your mercy saved the boy's life. You feel good about that?
I do.
You saved one innocent. How many tens of thousands have you doomed?
I, Stannis, of the House Baratheon, first in my name, rightful king of the Andals, and the first men sentenced you to die.
I understand. But since you haven't yet unnamed me Hand of the King, it is my duty to advise you against it. You're gonna need me. It's from Mhysa Aemon of the Night's Watch. Their Lord Commander is dead. Took a ranging party north and never made it back. One lad did, though. What he saw beyond the wall, it's coming. For all of us.
This war of 5 kings means nothing. The true war lies to the north, my king.
So she's on board?
Death marches on the wall. Only you can stop him. You need him. He has a part to play in the war to come.
You see, Sir Davos? You've been saved by that fire god you like to mock.
Because of him and that letter, you are able to see what the fire god is showing you, dumbass.
You didn't conquer them. You liberated them.
Not yet.
People learn to love their chains.
Oh my. Do they actually have 200,000 individuals?
Busy za Daenerys Targaryen, Jalmazmo, Dorzalti, Dario Sikudo Dariti Vestero, Munya za Drizoti, Zavazersko Enka Jivaderve.
No.
No, yeah, you know, all three. You're still doing the same thing.
Tarri Jelvazie Engot Daor, Jevite Bagon Daor, Nervi Jerry Sidibilos Daor, Gemeli Meli Sidibilos. Lomiri Ziri, Mesmalgon Bestila. Tolvis Jevis.
Mhysa!
Mhysa. Oh, so it's not Mhysa. Mhysa.
She's old Piscari, Khaleesi. It means mother.
Wow! Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Okay. I'm going to cry, but I'm going to try and hold it in. For some reason, I don't know why I cried. It's a beautiful sight out there, but oh, it's just episode 9 is coming back to my mind. Oof, so bad. I don't know why it's hurting me again. Oh, okay, wait. I'm gonna come back. Hi, sorry. Well, I can't seem to stop crying, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Yeah, no, the ending was beautiful. And I have no doubt she is, the queen, and I admire the ending so much, but it all just brings episode 9 again. I don't know why, it was so much, and I just felt episode 9 really, it was more to a point where I don't know how people can enjoy episode 10 because of the way episode 9 was, and it was really hard to take because, to me, this is a beautiful ending, but not a happy one because I don't know. I just think that it was episode 9 really got to me. And the dialogue of some of the certain events that happen, really, it's all like pressured up. And for some reason, I really did think that Rob and Khaleesi would meet. And I just to think that won't happen. And yeah, I'm sorry, that was like a stupid episode. I watched it before, and now I'm crying for that rather than for what I saw. So the ending was beautiful. Episode 10, that was glorious, and now I know it's called Mother Mhysa Iscarian, which is old language, I think. But that was a wonderful episode, hard to watch for sure, but definitely a lot to take in. We know that Blackfish escaped, sorry, wrong term, quite literally. Blackfish escaped. Lord Edmure was in the dungeon right after his wedding, but does that mean he's still there? Of course it means that only because I'm pretty sure he's still under Walder Frey's capture, so he's not been released. I don't see why they don't finish him off, but okay, fine, I guess. Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North, and his son, Ramsay Snow, is the one who's been torturing Theon. I would not have guessed, I would not have known that. And to be quite honest, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And yeah, so they paid off. From what I remember, I was trying to really focus, but a little bit of anger came through to me between the conversation between Walder Frey and Roose Bolton. But I believe one of the lines that they mention is that they had a deal with the Greyjoys and Ramsay took over Theon and whatnot. But in the letter to Balon Greyjoy, Ramsay kills all the Ironborns that were there in Winterfell and tortures Theon by sending him bits of him in a box. Okay, I guess, but it's very hard to watch everything. Actually, I'm trying to think how it got so out of hand in terms of like such brutality. Was it because Robb married Talissa? Was it because Theon went to Balon Greyjoy, I mean his own father, to prove a point? Was it because of naturally entire thing started with Ned Stark, but at the same time I'm trying to think what started this full confusion and so much war and bloodshed and whatnot. God, if that's the thing, the first thing that ever started was maybe Jaime pushing Bran off the tower, and then I think Jon Arryn's death. But yeah, but events leading up from that to this, I just think that at first when we did see Ned Stark's death, I did not expect brutality to that level. I think that was my first eye-opener to the show. And even though I had high hopes for the characters that followed, especially Robb Stark and all the characters that were with Robb Stark, I truly did believe that we were going to see more of them. And by the way I was like literally talking, I mean the point is that I have established thinking that they are going to go back to Winterfell and Talissa has just secured the key to the north, and yes, there will be consequences in terms of people trying to kill them and whatnot, but not to this way. Like, see, I'm not even talking more about the episode. I'm talking more about the scene of episode 9. And I think I understand why now it's got a 9.9 rating on IMDb, but it's just so hard to think. And for them to enact, I think it may have been quite a memorable one in all the wrong ways. But yeah, and then another thing to take from this episode is the story of the rat cook. I think that really got, like, I circled it quite a bit about well, of course we know what Bran said, but the gods will never forgive after being invited to someone's home. So they were invited to a wedding and they accepted, they came, and then to be slaughtered under their roof. The gods can never forgive that. So are we going to see Walder Frey having some sort of, from what I recall, I can't remember the story exactly, but I remember Bran saying that in the pie, the rat cook killed the king's son and served it to him, and he enjoyed it so much that he asked for a second slice. Are we like, because it immediately cuts to Walder Frey having what presumably looks like pie. But they don't emphasize too much on that. So I don't think it's happened, but I feel like something similar will happen to Walder Frey if they're just foreshadowing this. And they choose to tell it right after episode 9. I mean, that's got to mean something. So I'm very much looking to the day. You know what? I'm going to buy a bell, okay? I'm going to keep it right with me. This is, I swear, the guarantee. Whenever a character that has done a wonderful job, right, in acting, but it's so good that their character dies on the show, or whenever we do find that, I will get that bell and I will ring it to Kingdom Come, like proper. I will get that bell. I will not get a big bell. I'll get like a tiny bell, but still, it's something. I'm gonna ring from day to night and rejoice. But we found out about that. So Ramsay Snow, we spoke about that they are that he is Roose Bolton's son, bastard son. But whatever, he's the one torturing Theon, and now Theon's new name is Reek. Okay. Then we saw Gilly and Sam meet, which I was so excited about, but then I guess Bran needs to follow his calling, like to wherever that visions are going to take him. But what's to say that will stop the war that's to come? I don't know. I mean, if he was able to control, sorry about that, if he was able to control Hodor, is there a possibility for him to try and control these people, the White Walkers? I don't think so, because wargs have been there for quite some time along with the White Walkers, whenever, like after 1,000 how many ever years, right? So that means that there could have been a chance to end the war then. But I don't know if there's anything about wargs taking control of the army with their mind. I don't think that's even a thing. It's beyond their control, because no, I don't think so. But maybe to learn how to stop the army, I guess. Because what Jojen said is that he has the ability to know what's not happened and what has happened in but yeah, so I think maybe he's going to learn that, and that's where he's going. But oh, how I wish he was with Sam, because Sam, now Jon is back, and I just wish that they could have at least geared up, and somehow Jon was there with them to take them to the north. But I think time was of the essence and they can't really do that. But I guess, but when Gilly named her son as Sam, that got me. I would not have expected her to have named the little one as Sam, so I'm really happy for that. And then it cleared off my confusion. One of the confusion is that whether the first dead man that Jon killed was called a White Walker, or is that specific to the ones that are like the leaders of the army, which is the walker that Sam killed. So in reality, Sam is the first one, according to them, to have killed a White Walker. And now that they've given the dragon glass, the dragon glass to these guys, because they're going beyond the wall. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then, the scene where Tyrion and Sansa were talking at the start about the sheep shift. And I had mentioned a bit, like, you know, the demon monkey and the disgraced daughter, how alike they are, but not in those terms, but sort of like how well they can work with each other. I'm so sorry for that. How well they can work with each other. And now that's all been ruined because of what has happened. Now she's going to see him and treat him exactly like how she sees Joffrey and the rest of them. That's the thing. That gets me a lot, because, you know, it's not Tyrion's fault, and as much as they value the Lannister line and whatnot, everything that the Lannisters do is associated to every single Lannister. That means him as well. So you can't even blame her for her hating him for the rest of her life. But yeah, you could see, like, they were getting along, or at least they could have gotten along, but now it's all been ruined because of this. But yeah, and yeah, and then Khaleesi just being Khaleesi, it's just amazing. Yara heading off to rescue Theon, good on her. And then the scene of the small council was, and then Arya's just the first time she killed a boy. It's not even a man. It's just the first time she killed a man. And yeah, I mean, I guess now with her not influence, I guess, like, Jaqen H'ghar has sort of had like a little influence on her. I mean, and you know, she says that she only preaches one God, and that's death. So with that, and you know, her vengeance to kill the people that's in her list, like Joffrey, Cersei, Ilyn Payne, the Hound, Tywin will be in that list for sure. Walder Frey will be in that list for sure. But she has to, I think, get herself trained, I think is what the right word is, because I think she's just doing it out of pure emotions. She has to be smart. She's letting emotions get the better of her, but once she's able to control herself, I think she will be able to but again, if she wants to kill the Hound, how the freak is she going to kill him? That dude is freaking Burj Khalifa. she has to keep a ladder on top of him. 1 second, I'll let me kill you. But yeah, I don't know, I have no idea. But I'm sorry, my enthusiasm for the ending to Khaleesi was not as expected. I truly, honestly loved it every single second. It's just I never thought episode 9 would be the way to go, because to me that is not a happy ending for sure. And I know that that's what I got myself into. It's just more the way it was done. Yeah. Anyhow, I'll see you guys in the lore and season 4 for sure. Yeah, let's go. So thank you so much for another season. I can't say it was wonderful, I'll just be fooling myself. So thank you for another brutal season of Game of Thrones. I hope you guys enjoyed every single misery. I'll see you guys in season 4, and from there on we will be set on a new course to more adventures as to who will be on the Iron Throne. Okay, yeah. And I hardly care about Stannis Baratheon right now, so he's not even in my topic of mind to talk about, so apologies to Stannis fans. But I'll see you guys in episode 1 of season 4. Yeah. Bye, guys.